I live, everyone. How are you all doing? Quick mic check before I start talking till I'm blue in the face. And then everyone tells me, Jay, your mic isn't working. Can anyone hear me today? Sounds good. Thank you, Mr. Exquisite, the one and only. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day today. Let me Clark Kent this really quick, and then we'll get fired up with our show. We'll have a good old time. There we go. There we go. Close the wardrobe closet. We can't give away all the movie magic, right? Can't let you know how many more shirts I have in there that I haven't actually shown yet. It's a secret. Hello, everyone. I've been gone for a little while. We're not actually doing a full show tonight. We're going to talk about the postal rate changes, I think, and then we're gonna look at some pickups tonight. And then I'm also going to talk about where the heck I've been. Yeah. I'm still reading through some of the news. I've been super disconnected lately, but I know there's a lot going on in the world of reselling, but I have not been a part of it recently. Let's get some hellos out of the way. Hello to you, Rhiannon. Thank you as always for being here tonight. Mike T, the one and only. Happy to have you, buddy. Thanks for coming on in. And I do want to follow up for those of you who have not been paying attention. last week, Mike bought me some Doritos chips. And I did in fact buy them, or did I in fact go out and get them with the money that he gave me, and they were delicious. So, I know those of you who are like on the edge of your seat, just like really wanting to know whatever happened with the Cool Ranch Doritos. Now you know. Sublime90, thanks for being here. Appreciate seeing you too. Hillbilly Picker, long time no see, buddy. Hope you're doing well too. Hope everyone's having good sales. I see Mr. Exquisite said that. Hope everyone's sales are good and you're all getting ready for the big fourth quarter. I don't even know if we're gonna get to get to experience all of the fourth quarter with the craziness that's going on in the world right now. Who knows? Well, let's try and have a good time with it tonight. Hillbilly tells me I'm coming in loud and clear. Fantastic, thank you. And hello to you, smiley girl. I still got to figure out who is who on here. If those of you who are watching first time never commented in your entire life, just do me a favor, throw a hello in the comments. Let me get an opportunity to get to know you. While I am waiting for things to get going, I just want to give a quick plug for the Census 2020. If you have not completed your census questionnaire yet, please go online and do it. You can visit census2020.com, I believe is what the URL is, and quickly complete a census questionnaire. All the information is confidential, and it helps the American government. Helps us figure out how we're going to allocate funds. It's going to help us figure out how many congressional seats we need within your area. It's going to help with things like hospitals and senior centers. It's a good thing to do, so make sure you go complete your census. We got some neat items tonight, too. It's going to be a lot of fun. But how is everyone? I haven't seen you guys, and I was supposed to do a show last week. That didn't happen. And the patrons, you guys know about that because I talked about it in a group chat. And it was either do a show or go make $400. And I hate to say it, with the way the times are right now, I went ahead and made the $400. And it's not even so much about going and making the money for that single day, but you know how it is. Like each one of these shows, I say it takes like 20 hours, give or take, to put together like a really robust show. But I made the decision to not invest 20 hours into this, and I ended up putting 20 hours into the work that I do, which when you get into OT and stuff like that, brings in like close to like $600 sometimes. So I went ahead and took the money instead. Cernox Connection. My crazy neighbor was screaming at the local official trying to do the census door to door. Yeah, I feel bad for your crazy neighbor. You really should be nice to the census officials. It's a very challenging and demanding job. Today, they actually told me that I need to go out and enumerate. So I'm actually a census field supervisor, and my job is to oversee a team of about 50 enumerators. And the enumerators are on the NARFU operation, NRFU, which means non-response follow-up. So they follow up with people who did not respond to their questionnaires. It is a legal obligation to get those questionnaires done, so if you had one mailed to you and you didn't do it, please complete it or somebody will come knock on your door. We'll knock on your door up to 6 times just to try and get you to get that done. So yesterday we had an incident where somebody said, if you come back to my house again, I will put a gun to your effing head. And set it over their little Ring doorbell thing. And they got greeted by the police later that night for making a threat against a federal official. So that guy is most likely going to be serving some time for saying something so reprehensible to the wrong person. But hey, those be the breaks. And he was actually lamenting. He told me, he's like, I don't know if I should actually file this report because I don't really want to ruin this guy's life over just something stupid that he did. And I'm like, well, if that's how he reacts to just somebody coming to the door to ask a few questions of a legally obligated survey here in America, odds are he's not the nicest of people to other people. And you know how we say sometimes things are going to catch up to you? Every now and then you got to give it a little push in the right direction. So he went ahead and made the call. And yeah, so that's what happens. Be nice to your census officials. We are federal employees. So, but yeah, thanks, Mike. Smash that like button. Don't just lightly press it, smash it. Yes. You can never just do it lightly. You have to go 100% full smash. Full smash. Is there anyone else waiting to get on to manage payments? I still not have been prompted or given a date as far as when I need to go over to manage payments. I can't tell you how happy I am that I am in some type of eBay limbo right now with managed payments. And I'll say this too, you know what's wild is my sales have been absolutely bonkers over the last 30 days. I'm averaging still about $1,000 a week, even though I'm not consistently like feeding the beast, but I am doing really effective markdowns. I'm doing really effective sales. I haven't even touched offered to buyer in almost 2 months now. Because like I said, you know, your offers to buyers is a strategic tool. And I'll tell you right now, if they do another Corona stimulus check, the week that those checks start landing, that's when you want to start sending your offers to buyers out. Okay. Or as everyone gets their deposits straight to their device. I don't know why, but we're running on a 60-second delay tonight. So anything that you say, it could be up to a minute later before I actually see it. Let me see if I can change this. Yeah, it's on ultra low latency, but I have no way to change it. So I'm going to be starting the show a minute ahead of when you guys actually see me start the show. That's wild. Maybe I just need to refresh my browser. I don't want to break it though. Says, hello, I'm still not on managed payments. Well, hello from La Perfumery. Hello, Tia. Thanks again for tuning in. I'm still not on managed payments. I go forced to manage payments. Dang right, they're going to take me kicking and screaming. Managed payments has been doing well for me. I've been doing great this month. No issue here. And here's the thing. For those of you that can comfortably switch over to managed payments and you can see the benefits to it, by all means do it. Some of us are going to have a little bit more of a tricky time switching over to managed payments because of some other existing issues. You know, I'm what they call a credit ghost. I don't have a bank account, and I haven't had a bank account for almost a decade now. Well, there goes my best ruler. But yeah, I haven't had a bank account for almost a decade now, and I'm not looking to get one, but I'm going to try the PayPal Cash Card. I don't know if anyone's actually gotten that to work yet, but I guess we'll see what happens. I also want to preface, too, for those of you who are just like jumping in right before that intro rolls, and maybe you're just sticking around because you like the cool music, but this is not like a traditional episode of Reseller Roundup. I did virtually no preparation for what we're going to be doing. I made the decision to shoot this 30 minutes ago. I went into the girlfriend's room and I told her, I'm like, hey, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this tonight. I got some cool items. Kind of want to let everyone know what's going on. Yada, yada, yada. Should I speak in future talk since you've already started? Yes, I am actually getting ready to press the button right now. Thank you for that. So, let's go ahead and let's do that thing. What is going on, guys? My name is Jay Kraft with the Facebook group Bollerama Pickers Lounge, and I'm here today for kind of like a reseller roundup, but not really. We're doing a little pickups video. We're going to talk about some postal rate increases. Today is August 30th, 2020, and I'm going to let you know where I was last week, why I'm here this week, and what the rest of the schedule is going to look like maybe for the rest of the year. It's going to be a little bit crazy, but I know some of you out there want some answers. I know some of you look forward to this show, and those of you who do, I want to say thank you. And we got a Hadoo from Jamie Hernandez. Howdy right back to you. How was your vacation? I actually didn't really take a vacation. Unless you're talking about the one I did 3 weeks ago. I went to the casino with the beautiful girlfriend. We went out there, spent 3 days, 2 nights. We even got to travel up to Oakhurst. And we went from Oakhurst up to the big lake up there. I believe it's called Bass Lake. And we had an absolutely stunning time, and we have some highlights from that trip. Got to go to a really nice vegan restaurant. I'm trying to remember what it was called. It was some breakfast lunch joint, and they made these delicious, like baked, oiled, rosemary, sea salt, wedge French fries, and they had great vegan burgers, real thick burgers. They had a great breakfast sandwich as well. And I know what you're thinking, like vegan. My beautiful girlfriend is vegan, and I'd probably say about 95% of the food that I eat now is also vegan. If you don't know what that means, it's free of all animal products, so no eggs, no milk, none of that anything, no gelatin, none of those things in any of the food that we eat. But I'm primarily vegan now. So when we go out on vacation, one of the first things we do is we look for good vegan joints. And if you haven't ever had a vegan burger, if you haven't gone and tried an Impossible Burger, if you haven't gone out and tried whatever those other, I can't even remember the other ones, but there's a handful of like the premium brand, go out and try it. It's surprisingly good, and it's indistinguishable. I'll say that much too. In the frozen section, in the vegan section, within the most frozens at Walmart's, they have a thing called meatless grounds. And it's like soy curls or something. And I kid you not, it tastes identical and feels identical to ground beef. And you can use it to make, taco meat, put it in burritos, put it into recipes that need ground beef. And it is indistinguishable texture and taste from the real thing. And it's cheaper than buying actual meat when you buy that. Just want to throw that out there. I know 99% of you aren't going to switch over to veganism, and you probably think I'm crazy, but I'm not trying to jam it down your throat. So I want to start off by saying where the heck I've been. So last week I had to make the decision. Do I want to do a show or do I want to make a lot of money? So those of you who don't know, I am now a census field supervisor for the Census 2020, and they are paying me boatloads of cash to work. It's anywhere in the area of like 55 to almost 70 hours a week worth of work. But that equates to like $1,500 a week paychecks. And the work is relatively easy. I'm just overseeing about 50 people. I go in and I do classes. I was doing classes 5 days a week. So I was actually the instructor on the classes, and I would teach new enumerators how to do their job. Give me 1 second to turn up the air conditioning. If you guys have any questions about what I'm doing and what's going on, don't be afraid to ask. I'll be happy to do a little Q&A on it. But what I love about it is that, I went into it originally and I signed up a long time ago to do it. And I wanted to get really good at classes and presenting before eBay Open. And then after eBay Open was canceled, we had the whole COVID situation, and they shut down the census operation for about 5 months. And then they called me back after the 5 months were over and said, hey, do you want to do it still? And I was looking at the fact that the swap meets were closed and the thrift stores were closed. And, Gavin Newsom is an absolute blithering idiot. And seeing as how everything was closed, I said, you know what, heck. If I can make $1,000 to $2,000 a week and I can do a majority of my work from home, now that we're in the back end of the season, I'm just overseeing people from home, why not? I'll go ahead and take it. It's going to pay a lot more than unemployment. I'll go ahead and take that money. So that's what I've been doing. And I've basically been stacking up as much money as I can with the intent to leave California by 2022. So I'm trying to save up as much money as I can, looking to buy a house in 2022. If you got a house on the cheap outside of California in a red state, by all means, let me know. I'd be very interested in taking a peek at it. I'm just ready to get out of here right now. So this is what I've been doing. I've been doing the census work, and it's been good. It's been good. It's been an overall positive experience. I've still been running ads. I've still been trying to do buys, and I've got a couple of piles of really, really cool stuff. Like I said, I went on that vacation, and I have a full bin of items from the vacation. I've already listed every single one of them, and then I have items that I got today. Like just today. They're still farm fresh. They're still in the backpacks. We just carried the backpacks up the stairs. We go to the swap meet, fill a backpack, dump it in the car, grab an empty backpack, keep going. And that's how we do it when we go out there. So I got them up here with me today, and we're going to tear through everything. Let me get this bad boy on silent for you too. And if we're real lucky, if we're really, really lucky, beautiful girlfriend will come in here and plop down here with me, and she'll hang out while we go through some of these items, which will be great. First up, I want to talk about these postal changes. I don't know if you've seen what's going on. I don't know if I can add the image really quick. Let me see if I can. Add image, create new, browse. Okay, so we're just going to put this here really quick. If you didn't know, U.S. Postal Service announces temporary price increase. The increases for commercial parcels and retail customers are going to be unaffected. So it's only us here on the commercial end of things. Those of you who are using Pirate Ship, those of you who are using like CPP through Stamps.com or through eBay, if you're a top-rated seller, you're going to be affected. The United States Postal Service filed a notice with the Regulatory Postal Commission today in regards, and this was on the 14th, in regards to a temporary price change to take effect on October 18th, 2020. And this change is going to run until December 27th, 2020. So what we're looking at is we're looking at increases. Let me just go ahead and make this bigger here for you. Parcel Select, you're looking at a 24-cent increase. And then First Class Postal Commercial, you're looking at 25% or 25-cent increase. And Priority Mail Commercial, you're looking at a 40-cent increase. Parcel Select Ground, you're looking at a 40-cent increase. And I found it to be a really, really interesting play to make it a temporary increase. You know, part of me says that, yes, they need the funding, they need it in the immediate, and this might be, you know, a way to offset the cost of stuff like, you know, the ballot, the extra effort for the ballot. But also, I think these temporary increases should have been started the moment we saw an uptick in packages. And with the holidays coming up and the fact that people are still ordering incredible amounts of stuff online, it goes without saying that the amount of postal service and the amount of mail that's going to be moving around is going to break some numbers, probably by 20, 30, or even 40%. But at the same time, when we do these temporary increases, what it really also does is it says we're testing the market a little bit. We're going to see if the market is capable of this. Will the market respond favorably, or will the market have no concern at all? Because if the market can absorb a 25-cent or a 40-cent increase and everyone shrugs it off like it's not a big deal, I promise you they're going to get away with that on the next one, as long as the regulatory commission will permit that percentage amount of increase. But I've never ever seen USPS do a temporary price increase. It doesn't mean that it hasn't happened. I've just personally never seen it happen before. So I don't know. What's your take on it? What do you guys think about a temporary increase? Is that something that are we just gonna have to eat that? Is that just gonna be part of doing business? And here's the other thing, okay? If you're gonna have me paying more money, I kind of want a little bit more guarantees too. I don't know about you, but I've had a couple of packages absolutely smashed and destroyed. I've had a couple of packages that have been lost for over 2 months now. I got a Mercari order just in limbo for 2 months now. I don't know, though. I don't know. I just wanted to talk real quick about that so that at least we're all in the loop as far as the USPS increase. And like I said, tonight, it's just a mini show. I kind of wanted to let you know what was going on with me, mainly. As far as the remainder of the season, next weekend's my birthday. Saturday the 5th is my birthday. And I plan on taking the whole dang weekend off, and maybe even the day before that. Just go crazy. Maybe have 3 whole days to myself, which I don't even know what that feels like anymore. The census work, I've gone, 20, maybe like 20 days straight at the census without a day off. They just keep handing me overtime. They're like, are you sure you wouldn't want to work a 7th day this week and get double pay? And I'm already at $20 an hour, so they're paying me $40 an hour to work. And then when I drive, it's like 60 cents a mile on top of that. I'm like, yeah, sure, I'll go ahead and take that money. But I'm going to take 3 days off for the birthday weekend. The following weekend, I expect to return, but it's really hard to say. The season for the census is supposed to end on the 31st of September, but it may get extended all the way until next year. And if it does, my schedule and frequency here is going to be very intermittent. I'm going to come in when I can come in. I'm still sourcing. I'm still photographing. I'm still listing. I'm still doing a lot on the back end. I'm running all my ads. I'm still doing my consulting. I'm doing everything that I can do on the back end with everyone who's still within the community as of right now. And in case I forget, let me just go ahead and do this little thingy. Maybe it's not going to show up. Here, let's do our little image slideshow. Let's thank our patrons. Some of these people aren't even here anymore, but Ashley, Brandy, Rob, Tina, JRB, thank you to you guys. Thank you to everyone who's still continued to support the show, even though we missed a week. I do appreciate it greatly. If you want to support the show, get some great perks, you want to tell me to come back again, go ahead and do that. I'm even contemplating taking a good chunk of the next 2 months off and then doing a big show, because I've wanted to do like a full feature production, green screen, desk, special effects, transition screens, everything, and just commit like 40 or 50 hours to a single production saying, hey, this is what I can do if you guys give me the money. This is the caliber of show that you're going to get when I can hire everyone and get everything done. But neither here nor there. Hope you guys are still alive right now. Let's take a look at some items that I got, because that's what we're really here for. It wouldn't be a trip to the casino without finding this cool puzzle in the next town over. Those of you who don't know, Chansey Casino is about 45 minutes north of Fresno, and about another I don't know, 20, 25 minutes north of that is the town of Oakhurst. And Oakhurst is a flippin' honey hole, and I wish I had more time to scour that town because the little amount of time that I spent there was gold. I'm talking like top-notch buys. Everywhere I went, great margins on almost everything that I touched, and some really, really unique things that I can't remember the last time I had to pull out my phone and look things up that much. But check this out. This is an illusions puzzle, and it's one of those lenticular ones. You see how it does that little cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, little ha-cha-cha-cha. There we go. It's a great puzzle. A little piece of tape to kind of hold the corner down. I think I have this bad boy listed for about 30 bucks. It is brand new. I want to say I paid $1 for it. Thrilled to have it, though. I got this absolute beauty. Now, if you guys remember, I had a little orangish yellow handbag mini champagne bottle holder. This is an anniversary edition for that same brand, Clicquot? I don't know. I have no clue how to pronounce that. But it's absolutely stunning. I took a few minutes to go in and clean the interior and exterior, polish it up to a nice shine again. But great little piece. This is wood or ebony or might be plastic, actually. But it's a beautiful piece nonetheless. I think I have that bad boy listed for close to 80 bucks, 70 bucks, somewhere in there. I paid $5 or $6 for it. I picked up a selection of video games. I paid only $3 each for them. And this was just at a random thrift store. The guy set up a temporary thrift store to sell off some of the things that he owned. I also got a copy of No Man's Sky for the PS4. Those of you who don't know, that game has turned back around. And No Man's Sky, now that the development has been completed on it, it's actually a really, really good game now. Physical copies of No Man's Sky go for about $20. Each one of these games I paid $3 each on, and they're anywhere between $15 to $20 each. Now, I know we had talked previously, and I said I wasn't going to take low ASP items anymore. Video games are the big exception. But as of right now, I will not pick up an item that I can't sell for at least $25 because I just don't have the time right now. And when maybe if things slow down a little bit again, or if I leave the census, I might be willing to have a little more wiggle room. But just right now, that's where I'm at. Let me make sure my comments are working. Maybe your fingers aren't. Let me see what else we got. I picked up Intuitive Animation with Robert Kuczera, the Gnome Workshop. And this is a brand new DVD. This is a very expensive DVD. This sells on average for anywhere between $70 to $90. And they had it at a thrift store. She wanted $15 for it, and she knew what she had. She wouldn't take 10. And she's like, no, they're like $80 on eBay. And I'm like, why don't you have it on eBay? And she's like, I tried putting it on eBay, and it didn't sell. I'm like, well, then maybe it's not worth $80 then. But she didn't play the long game. She's one of those people that'll list an item to eBay for 30 days, and then if it doesn't sell, she'll delist it. But anytime you see, really specific, training software, just anything of that effect, take a moment, stop and look it up. Or if you see something that is marked unreasonably high for the setting that you're in, it may be worth looking up to see why they deemed it that high, and maybe there might be some meat left on the bone for you. I picked this up. This is an ATI, Assessment Technologies Institute. This is a NCLEX Success Package, and it has a big fat stack of training DVDs for registered nurses, and then it has a big fat stack of books, all the different books that go along with it. I paid $5 for this, I think. And I think we have a total value here of like anywhere between like $100 and $150. I can't remember what I listed it for. I don't expect to see another one again. But when you see specialty training, specialty books, like nurses and doctors and lawyers and stuff to that effect as far as college level education, stop and look them up. Might have some good money there. Here's a really, really weird one. This is Restaurant Depot. This is a label locker with removable labels. And this is the type of thing that you would see at Subway. And I didn't expect to run across one of these, but this is a $50 bill. They sell these for $50 on eBay. I was shocked. But this is certainly something you can go out of your way and stumble across, especially if a restaurant's closing down. But you're probably not going to find just randomly at a thrift store. But good piece to pick up. I want to say I paid $4 for it. And then I got this. I've never seen one of these before. And there's a couple of different models. I just want to give a little disclaimer. This is an easy driver. This is going to be a little loud. It's a ratchet driver set with a palm handle on the top. And depending on the origin of the location of this, it can have varying prices as low as $20. And then a set with the original container set up like this can fetch as much as $70 or $80. I don't know why they're so expensive, but the build quality feels excellent. When I turn it, it feels rock solid inside of that handle. So it might have to do with the fact that it's probably hardened steel on the inside. The vintage build quality and the overall look, color, feel, all of that might just be something that mechanics are just really, really used, like in their way about, and they may want to just keep getting it. We have a restaurant depot in my area. I've been tempted to go in just out of curiosity. Hey, go check it out. Maybe you can make a few bucks. Maybe there'll be something in there that you can pick up. Maybe if they have end-of-life inventory. Every time I go into any production facility, I got the opportunity to go into GMT, which is the board game company. I was in their warehouse, I don't know, like a year ago. And the first thing I did when I found one of the operational managers there, I said, hey, do you happen to have any end-of-life inventory laying around? And it basically means the stuff that they've been trying to sell for years, generally on their own website, that they can't sell. And they don't think about secondary websites like eBay, Amazon, or Mercari. So I'll try and buy up that stuff for pennies on the dollar, because in their mind it's garbage, and I'll buy it up and then I'll move it out to other sites. Guys, I'm going to show you some cool stuff before the day's over, I promise. But before I do, I want to show you some garbage. And I just want to really stress this. Some Tupperware is good. Some. 99% of the Tupperware you're going to encounter is absolute garbage. I've heard so many good things about the salt and pepper shakers for Tupperware, but these ones are borderline worthless. It's like $10 or $12. This is the Millennium series, and I just bought them because of all the stuff I've heard about salt and pepper shakers for Tupperware. And I paid $2 for the pair. I would not pay that if I had a chance to go back and do it again. I didn't realize that they were worthless until I went to look them up online. I know the taller ones had historically been worth something, but I'm going to say this right now, and I know it's going to be an unpopular opinion. They are losing relevance in today's market. Our youth do not know, or they do not care about the brand name or the quality that the Tupperware line carries. I would be very careful about investing into any position within Tupperware, or trying to hold any type of items for any amount of time within Tupperware. Most of this stuff is worthless, and Tupperware is now getting relegated to the same place that I am relegating Pyrex to, and the same place that I'm relegating porcelain dolls to, same place I'm relegating like old thermoses. It's one of those things. Yes, there are some valuable examples out there, but they are 1 in 100. And the time you spend looking up 99 pieces of garbage, you are going to absorb all the value of that one that's worth something. So unless you see something that looks exceptionally unique, for me at least anyways, Tupperware, Pyrex, Fiesta, and porcelain dolls, all of those things, unless it's a really outstanding piece, just don't even waste your time on it. And some of the larger pieces, even the newer ones, the larger ones are nice, sure, but they're all over a pound, and their dimensions are huge, the ones that are actually worth the trouble. And it's such a saturated market too. Holy cow. So just be mindful when dealing within those categories. Yeah, that's all I got on that one. So I go to the swap meet today, and I just broke something. Hold on. I guess that was meant to come off. So I go to the swap meet today, and it is unreasonably hot. Those of you who don't know, here in California, not only do we have an asshat for a governor who's locked down our entire state for virtually no reason. I think we have, in all of Kern County, we have 220 deaths from COVID in the last year. Okay? And that's a very low number for the amount of businesses that we're losing. We're losing more businesses than people, which is just an absolute shame. But not only are we dealing with that, we're dealing with an epic heat wave. And if it wasn't for the fact that the sky was completely full of smoke for the last 2 weeks, the temperatures would have remained over 100 degrees. But we've been on a heat wave for going on 50 days now of temperatures up over 100 degrees. It has been nasty here. Okay, absolutely nasty. So today we're out, we're walking in the heat. It's a horrible time. We barely found anything worth getting. And then as we're wrapping up the day, I find another one of those people. I want it gone. If you see something you like, I'll give it to you for $1. And I'm just like, really? And we start fishing through some of the stuff, and what do I find? Something that I've been desperately looking for, that I've been trying to buy online for the last 6 months for a reasonable price. I've had 2 orders canceled because the person who was going to ship them realized I'm going to lose money if I ship this item, and they just canceled the order on me. Yeah, I found some type of projector, and I think it folds out to be, I don't know. I think it folds out to be a hold on. There we go. I think I can put my 8mm inside of here because I have this big stack of vintage 8mm pornography. And I know what you're thinking, Jay, why are you going to watch that smut? Okay, well, obvious reasons, but I also want to sell this stuff online, and I want to see if there's any, very rare actors or actresses within the content, because you can get a boatload of cash for those, stupid, we're talking into the hundreds of dollars for single ones, and I have stacks of it that I got from a previous buy that I did. So, this piece is beautiful, and I didn't even look it up. You can even look it up too if you want. This is a Kodak Ectosound Movie Deck 285. Oh, it says it's a projector as well. Okay, fantastic. So what really drew my attention to this is the fact that the person before me, whoever was listing it at some antique store or whatever it might be, they pegged the price on this thing at $120. That's what they believe this item was to be worth. And I look at her and I'm like, hey, how much for this? And she's like, give me $1. Okay, because every time I go to the swap meet and somebody has a projector, they think that they're sitting on a pile of gold because it's old, it must be worth something, and they want 20, 30, 40 bucks. And I'm like, does it work? And I'm like, oh, I don't know. I think all you need to do is put a new light bulb in. You plug it in, it just screams. Okay, so for $1, I'll roll the dice on $1. And I'll tell you right now, oh my God, that thing is heavy. I'm trying not to crush the piece that fell off. I'll tell you, for $1, the scrap metal alone is going to be worth at least, I don't know, 20 bucks if I have to. Yes, a massive, huge amount of money. So, that same lady, I'm standing at her booth. Now that I've established that things are $1, I'm looking at other items, and I see this bad boy. We got a Repti Frogger Terrarium Humidifier. I'm like, that looks like an awfully specialty item. And you pop the top of the box open, and look at this. We got everything in here. This is an open box unit. We got the tube still inside the plastic. The bottle's been never taken out. Instructions right there on top. This is a $60 bill all day long. All day long, 60 to 80 bucks. Okay, and I ask her, I look at her again, I'm like, hey, how much is this one? Anyone want to take any guesses out there in the crowd tonight? She looks back at me and she's like, give me $1. I said, consider it done. I go over after that, and I see a pile of slides and movies, Dewey Photo Color, and little film slides off to the side. And I say, ah, very cool. What's on this one? Hold on, before I lift up smut to the screen. And there was one, let me see if I can find it really quick. This is what we're dealing with, though. We're dealing with a massive pile of these, okay? And the first one that I picked up, oh, that's a beautiful one. I'm going to try and locate it here really quick. It said 1975, and it appeared to be an airport. And it had some really old cars in the shot. Here, I'll see if I can. I don't know if I can light this up for you, but I'm certainly going to try. I'm either going to do it or I'm going to blind you, and you're going to get nothing off of it. This is a little Swiss Alps, is what it looks like. So, there's a bunch of I don't know, vintage slides. I'm not looking for any like stuff like that. But the reason I bought them is I know some old slides can bring in good money. And this is a really great grab bag. And I'd probably say there's somewhere in the area of maybe 400 slides in this entire collection. Like I said, some of them are going to be family slides, but I saw some interesting car ones. Some interesting destination ones, and there might be something in there. There might be some presidential shots or something that could bring in some money. And I said, hey, how much are these? And she said, give me $5. I'm like, no. I'm like, I'll give you, because she wanted $1 each, but there must be 25, 30 of these here. I'm like, I'll give you $3. And she's like, sold. I'm like, okay, great. Let's get some money moving. I'm gonna see if I can find that car one, because that car was I've seen, seeing slides from the 70s. It's always cool. There's some nature ones in here. Lots of nature. It's crazy to think that there was a time and a place where people would get their photos exposed onto a little slide, then all gather around a giant machine with a light bulb that would shine their photograph onto a wall. And that's how we shared photos with each other at a period in time. And now we can take a photo and instantly send it to anyone in the world. How much has changed in just 40 years, 50 years? It's amazing. Okay, we got 2 backpacks left, and then we're going to wrap it up for the night, because I'll tell you, I'm hungry right now. We picked up these mitts. These are supposed to be like for cleaning, but they're like all-purpose mitts, multi-function housekeeping gloves. We got these for the cats. We have 2 cats here now, and they just like to just shed like it's like their job here at the house. So the goal is that we can rough them up with one of these, and then all the fur is just going to come off when we pet them with these. So we'll see what happens. I do know that they work for getting hair off of couches, so that's something. This was a great pickup. Therma 4. Some of you guys are going to recognize this one. How big is this one? This is the 14 by 14. It's pretty darn big. So over a foot by a foot heating pad that you can actually get wet. And I haven't even really taken a good look at it yet. Appears to be in fine condition. Doesn't appear to be dirty or anything like that, which is always great. These are worth about $50 to $60 for this brand and for this size. They have even larger ones as well. We'll be listing the vintage Yoink Yoink material on eBay 100% as long as it's allowed. So if, it's the persistent censorship of items through payment processors. So as Visa and as MasterCard make decisions as far as what can and can't be sold, we saw it happen with vape products. We've seen it happen with like certain like historical pieces. They make the decisions first, and then the marketplaces follow. So if they make the decision that like smut can't be sold in physical media online, that's it. It's lights out. That's going to be the end of it. So we'll see what happens. But if you're looking for a direct deal, hit me up. I think I have maybe 20 to 40 pieces. I'll get you a good deal on them. Last bag. I think there's only 2 more items in here, guys. So don't get your hopes up. But you might learn something new. You might not. Picked up this. Ooh, pretty copy of Catan. So sometimes I had people asking in the group. If you're not part of our group yet, I'll go in and put a thing up for it. We have this really great Facebook group that we do. We could use a moderator too if somebody wants to help out. I've been so busy. We've got like 40 or 50 people waiting to join. I just haven't had the time. But we were talking about puzzles, and somebody said, well, do you even count your puzzle pieces? I don't count them, and the main reason is that the number on the box isn't always accurate. And a 1,000-piece puzzle might actually be 996, might be 1,005. There's that level of discrepancy, and the same thing's true, with board games as puzzles when you're out in the field. Is that if the indicators were that the person took care of the item, you can almost guarantee that all the pieces are going to be there. So if you pick up a puzzle and it's just a beat to heck, okay, and the internal bag isn't there, and there's none of the image of it, and you open it up and the pieces are super loose, odds are something's going to be missing, okay? Especially if you have a split in the box somewhere, even a tiny split, something's missing. Now, if you open up that box and it looks like it was just assembled, folded, and then placed inside the box, and there's big swaths of pieces that are still connected, odds are somebody completed the puzzle and then put it back inside the box. Okay, so, or if it has its internal bag and it's got the twist tie on it, or if it's a premium puzzle, like it has whimsy pieces, or if it's made of wood, odds are it's going to be better cared for than a throwaway puzzle. Same thing rings true with board games, okay? If you have a board game and it looks like overall it's in really, really good condition, and then you open it up, okay, the first thing you see is you see a nice, clean, crisp insert, nice, clean, crisp manual, and then you see the actual trays where they punched out all the chips. They even saved these, and there's no reason to save them. Odds are they played it one time, punched everything out, and then put the whole thing back away. And you start pulling out the pieces, and what do you see? Everything's in nice little baggies, okay? I'm not going to sit here and count these pieces. I'm just going to assume everything's here. And I asked the guy, I'm like, hey, how much money do you want for this? I'm going to save one of these so I can prop up the manual insert. I'm like, hey, how much money do you want? He's like, give me $5. I'm like, I can't give you 5, but I can give you 3. He said, okay, I'll do 3. So I've always wanted a copy. I've heard great things about it. I've only played it a few times. But for $3, I'll take a copy of Catan. God, look at this horrid sticker on the front here. Who does this? This is why people don't like Amazon. They put dumb stickers right on the front of boxes. And this is not an easy peel sticker either. And I think we got one last item. I know I'm going to sound like a broken record when it comes to board games. I know what this one is. This is a sleeper. A lot of people do not know that this game is even worth as much as it is. It's a very specific edition of Parcheesi made by Hasbro. And this is a modern re-release. People love this version. The cheapest one on Amazon is $44 under the collectibles category. $44 for this Parcheesi. Same lady as before. I'm like, hey, how much you want for this one? Give me $1. You got $1 coming your way, ma'am. So those are all the pickups on the week. What are we gonna talk? Oh wait, hold on. There's something else in here. Oh, it's just an ice pack. Let me see if there's anything else. Sorry for getting your hopes up, guys. Another ice pack. This is what we do. We go out to the swap meet. We put an ice pack on our head, and then we put the hat down over top of that, and helps us stay cool. It's our little secret weapon to be able to outlast everyone else out there. Those are the items. I don't know. What has been important to me this week? Let's talk about communication. Oh man, I have had some interesting experiences both at work and at home in regards to communication. It is absolutely crazy to me that something can be said with the most positive and purest of intent and can be completely misinterpreted by the receiver based on either preconceived biases, based on their mood for the day, based on other people that they've met by the same name as you. It can be completely twisted around. I've had some interesting experiences both at work and home. And I'm just going to tell you right now, okay? Sometimes you have to be really soft and delicate with people. And I know it can pain you, but it may be the best way to go about dealing with certain situations. Even if it's out of character, and even if it's not really true to yourself, as long as the resolution, as long as the place that you get to in the end is the same, then it's kind of worth it. Jamie Hernandez says, great idea with the ice pack. Yes, that's all I really have to talk about. Rachel says, I know I'm a little behind in the live stream, but the sticker on the Catan game was not an Amazon sticker. It's the same as the stickers that come on the Target liquidation loads. Then damn Target then. I don't know. I don't really have much else to talk about today, guys. Just be good people. That's really all there is to it. Does anyone have any questions about anything before I get off air today? I thought I was going to go somewhere with that. I'm not even feeling like going there. All I have to say is California sucks. Everything's smoky and hot and shut down, and we can't really do anything, and I'm tired of it. We've been on lockdown for like 8 months now, 9 months. My birthday's a week away, and I'm gonna have to go 100 miles away if I want to do anything for my birthday this year. It's just absolutely ridiculous. They need to recall him already. And this year's election is going to be a wild one. I'm actually going to be voting, and I didn't vote in the last one, but I think there's a lot of people who feel very motivated to actually go out there and vote this year. So yeah, get out and vote. Do the right thing. It's important. It's really, really important this time around. And yeah, I also want to talk with you guys about the speculative market moving forward too, especially the housing market. Things are going to get really, really interesting over the next 6 to 9 months. It's going to be a good time. Yeah. And then we got to figure out what we're going to invest into next. Move to North Texas. I am not touching Texas at all. I am watching that state slowly turn blue. As businesses keep moving from Silicon Valley to Austin, it's just going to keep getting worse and worse. Look at Austin. Jesus Christ. I am not going to Texas. Not a chance. But you know what's sad? 5 years ago, 10 years ago, I would have been thrilled about it. Yeah, Texas is the new California. Yeah, it's getting progressively worse. I have 3 or 4 states that are on my hit list now, and then believe it or not, I'm even contemplating leaving the country. And I know that sounds wild, but I am unhappy in so many ways with the way that the government is operating things, especially here in California. I cannot believe, like, we're watching our state die right now. And I know that some of you who aren't in California don't have a clue what I'm talking about, but we're watching massive areas of LA, Bakersfield, Fresno. We're watching businesses leave that are never going to come back. Never, never, ever. And now we're watching the corporate effect of these businesses not being able to reopen. And it's literally for nothing. I hate to say it, okay? We had those talks about COVID when we knew about information previously, but what are I don't even know what the death count is, but it's like right around flu numbers. But we're not looking at a single flu season. We're looking at an entire year. Just blows my mind. Part of me was thinking about doing a damn political commentary channel. And I know that, because the thing is, I'll be honest with you, like, I love doing what I'm doing. I love reselling. I don't think this is the best use of my time, just because I don't know if this show is going to really launch and take off, but there's other content that I want to make. And part of me wants to do a commentary channel. I was watching Louder with Crowder the other day. I even got I think I have my mug over there. It's up on an upper shelf. You can see it kind of right there behind the Tonto figure. There's my Louder with Crowder mug, and he was doing the live RNC coverage, and I was watching it. I'm like, my God, I cannot believe that CNN is fact-checking him in real time. And I swear, if I have to listen to Anderson Cooper just smash on a good speech one more time, I'm going to lose my mind. I cannot believe some of the things that I'm seeing on TV right now. It makes me so angry. And the fact that I live in a state that continues to perpetuate the things that it is, boy, oh boy. Man, get out of California, everyone. So that's everything that I have to say for today. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope to see you guys next week. If you'd like to support this last of this content, if you want the group chat, if you want all that good stuff, jump on in, do the whole Patreon thing. Here's the Patreon link. If you want to support a different future project, just let me know. I hope you enjoyed watching. Yeah, and we'll do something here soon. Take care, guys, and have a good night, I suppose.